What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Collective MMA channel. I'm here with my guy, The Wager Zone, and we're going to break down PFL New York. Wager, how you doing, my friend?
Doing well. We going to New York for PFL. This is going to be a card that I've actually been waiting for because everybody's going to be saying, "Oh, Usman or Magomedov." And that's not who I'm excited for. I'm excited for Dakota Ditcheva to fight on this card. I've been waiting to watch this girl fight. She's one of my favorite fighters, and I think this girl has some great skills. Obviously, she's the biggest favorite on the card, and there's a reason why of that. But very excited for this card mainly just because Dakota Ditcheva is finally going to be fighting, and I'm excited to watch her fight.
For sure. Yeah, absolutely. You know, she's a big star. And then, yeah, the main event, you got Archie Colgan versus Usman Nurmagomedov. Somebody's always got to go. So I think that'll be an entertaining fight as well. It's one I've been looking forward to. And yeah, before we jump into it, let's do a quick recap of PFL Washington DC. We covered that event last week. Overall, like, what'd you think of PFL Washington, and how'd you do from a betting standpoint?
PFL Washington was kind of a drag, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, the main event had me sweating like on that one. Don't get me wrong. I think that main event just told me. I know matchup makes fights. You can't look at it that way, but still, I think Moustapha would have knocked out that Gene just the way looking at it. His striking defense did not look good that night, and I feel like Moustapha was there. He would have landed a hard shot, probably knocked him out. So I thought the fight was kind of a drag overall, but then you got a couple good fights in that card, but overall, I wasn't one that I was jumping out of my seat for the most part to the main event. But from a betting perspective, I had a 3-unit play. It was a -200. Yeah, I had to force something on there for a bigger play because I was like, if I'm going to bet this card, I had to force something. I had a 3-unit play. It was Bad Gene and what's it called? Bryce Meredith. The two guys I was so confident in that night. Bryce Meredith, Bad Gene. It was -200, -205. I threw 3 units on that. We cashed that one. I took a underdog shot on what's his name? He lost last week. I'm drawing. Basically, I took an underdog shot. I can't remember. It was the one underdog I took.
Mixon?
Mixon, yeah. Took a 1-unit play on Mixon. He lost that fight, and then I had another play that I can't remember at the moment. I don't have my notes in front of me, but we lost 2 1-unit plays. We hit a 3-unit play. So at the end of the day, I ended the card like minus 0.6 units. At the end of the day, negative because we only hit one of our plays, which are a big play. But we lost the other 2 1-unit plays. So either way, the card was overall drag. I wasn't expecting too much of it. I should have probably only had one bet that I was very confident in, but we're gambling degenerates. We got to force some spots sometimes.
Fair enough, man. For me, yeah, I did pretty well actually on PFL. Went 7 for 8 on picks. The only one I got wrong was I picked Chad Yard. I said I'm not betting him, and he lost. But yeah, I had bet on the over 1.5 in the Meredith fight that cashed with ease. I bet on Cabanza. I bet on Raufeon Xavier. So yeah, overall I had 3 bets, cashed all 3. So no complaints on my end. So without any further ado, let's jump right into PFL New York.
That's who I bet. I bet Tyson Pedro. That's who I bet. That's the other one.
Oh.
And that was a half-unit play. It wasn't a 1-unit play. It was a half-unit play because I wasn't confident in it. But I took Tyson Pedro. I always fade Tyson Pedro, and then the one time I finally go and bet on him, he's gonna go out there and do that. But yeah, lost the play on Tyson Pedro.
For sure. All right, starting off with PFL New York with our first fight of the night. We have Levan Khabalaev versus Chamy Delva. We got Khabalaev coming in at -600 and Delva at +350. What do you like in this one?
I like Khabalaev. I think this is a very easy fight for him overall. I think this is a short notice fight because he has a different opponent. This one, I believe he was scheduled to fight somebody else. But overall, I just think Khabalaev is just a way better overall fighter at this point. I think he's gonna win this fight by knockout, probably in that first round. I don't see any. I think obviously everybody has a puncher's chance and everybody has a Hail Mary shot. But besides that, I think Khabalaev has it in the bag. So not too much to say about this one. Besides, I think this is a very easy fight for him. I think he wins by first round knockout.
All right. Yeah, like Delva, he is a decent striker. He's got some good kicks. He does go for takedowns occasionally, which I think would likely be his best path here is if he's able to get the takedowns going. He'll, cage push, throw some clinch knees. He's got decent takedown defense of his own. One issue I have with him, though, is he's been going to split and decisions against, mediocre competition, which is a bit of a red flag. And then Khabalaev, good striker, technical kickboxing type style, mixes up his punches and kicks, got some pretty good strike speed, decent takedown defense. He can get taken down, but when he does get taken down, he tends to work back up to his feet. I do think Khabalaev gets this one done, likely by knockout. But yeah, if Delva's smart and he can end up getting the grappling going, he could make this fight a little bit greasy. Yeah, I think the line's a little bit wide. And currently we have no props overall for the whole PFL card. So I'm curious to see what those look like. Those will probably come out tomorrow, I would guess. So yeah, for most of these fights, we won't only talk about the money line, but I'll be curious to see what some of the totals look like tomorrow as well. So stay tuned for 5 MMA bets in just 10 minutes. We'll definitely look at if there's any props that I really like. We'll definitely be sure to mention those. So moving on to our next fight, we have Montana De La Rosa versus Tatiana Postarnakova. We have Montana De La Rosa at plus 200 and Tatiana Postarnakova at minus 300. I think this one's interesting. De La Rosa, UFC veteran, decent striker. She'll work the jab, got some boxing combos, uses her footwork. She can go for takedowns of her own. She's got pretty good timing on level changes. Got some good grappling. Looks to take her opponent's back. Cage push. Not the best top control from her, but, she can get the fight to the mat, and she does have pretty good takedown defense. And, yeah, Postarnakova here, decent striker, leg kicks, boxing combos, good jab. She can get a bit wild at times. She can also go for her own takedowns. Good grappling, good top control, opportunistic back takes. I'm going to pick Postarnakova to win here, but I do think the line is a little bit wide. This is another one where I'm curious to see what the props look like and the totals, just because, again, this is a pretty big step up for her. And De La Rosa has, been in the UFC with some decent level of competition for sure. And I just kind of like to see a little bit more of Postarnakova before I lay these, minus 300 prices. So yeah, I think she's a little bit green and hasn't fought a great competition. So yeah, I'm gonna pick her to win. But yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think the money line's a bit wide. So yeah, maybe look at some props or maybe look at the total. What about you?
I'm gonna be on Postarnakova in this fight. I think that De La Rosa is going to try to get to the grappling spots with her, and I just think Postarnakova has really good scrambling. I think she's going to be able to end up on top in most of those positions, and her grappling is pretty good overall. She has good top control. Her grappling is pretty well from the stand up game. She's in my opinion, I think she throws. That's the best way I can say about it. She throws, but mainly she's throwing to try to get that fight to the floor. And I do believe she's gonna try to get this fight down. And I wanted to get to the De La Rosa spot. I really did. I wanted to say I was when I first looked at this fight before watching tape, I was like, oh, De La Rosa might be a good play. But then watching tape overall, I just think she's beat in the grappling area. And I think there's going to be a lot of scrambling in this fight to where Postarnakova is going to end up on top in that. And she's going to end up winning this fight by submission. I think she's going to end up finishing this fight by sub. Like I said, from the stand-up point to the stand-up fight, I think I'm leaning towards De La Rosa in the stand-up fight. But because I think Postarnakova, she throws. That's the best way I can say. She throws, she tries. But mainly she's just trying to get to the floor. And I do think she's going to end up winning this fight by submission.
All right. Next up, we got Jamelle Jones versus Khabib Nabiev. We have Nabiev at minus 2,000 and Jones at plus 700. What do you like in this one?
It's obvious Nabiev is probably going to win this fight. He's a minus 2,000 for a reason. Jones, he has a Hail Mary punch. He hits very hard, but I think his gas tank's not going to last more than probably 2 minutes into this fight. I think if Nabiev's smart, he'll just push him up against the fence, grind out for the first round, and then once that second round hits, third round, if he gets to the third round, probably second, he could be able to take over, just take him down. He has decent striking as well himself. I think he's going to be able to land some counter shots on Jones, but for the most part, I think he should just grind this fight out, get to the point where he gets to that second round, and after that, he'll be able to take over. And I do believe he wins the fight pretty easily. So yeah, give me Nabiev. I think he gets it done pretty dominantly.
All right. Yeah, Nabiev, he's a good striker, mixes up his punches and kicks, got good takedown defense. He'll cage push, throw some clinch knees, got good wrestling, good grappling, some pretty violent ground and pound, which I like to see. And yeah, Jones, I mean, he was a former heavyweight, hasn't been that active, over the recent years compared to how active he used to be. Decent striker. Typically, wants to strike to set up his takedowns. He also likes the cage push. He can get a bit wild at times. Yeah, overall, like I said, I think Nabiev, he's just going to be the better striker, more athletic guy in there. Yeah, outside of Jones landing a perfect punch, I'm not really too sure how he wins this fight. So yeah, give me Nabiev and probably by knockout. But yeah, from the money. Go ahead.
Good. Oh yeah, but I thought I saw that Jones even missed the weight at heavyweight. Like, how do you miss weight in a heavyweight fight? Like, you have a 265 limit. I believe I saw that he missed the weight on one of his heavyweight fights. I'm like, how do you miss weight? Am I mistaken on that? I do believe he missed weight on one of those, but still, like, it just shows me the guy is not in perfect shape and he doesn't really take this seriously if you're missing weight at heavyweight. And I'm thinking, if you missed weight at heavyweight, how are you making 205? Like, how are you doing this? So yeah, I just think Nabiev has this done.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. And yeah, the price reflects that as well. Yeah, I was going to say, like, I'll be curious to see if there's any props for this one. Sometimes there's not props for the earlier fights, but if there is, yeah, maybe let's see what there is or look at the total. But yeah, minus 2,000, can't really do anything with that. So we'll keep on running. Next up, we got Moustapha Diakhaté versus Zach Nishimwe. We have Diakhaté at minus 600 and Nishimwe at plus 350. In this one, like Diakhaté, I'm gonna end up probably going with him by KO. He's a good striker, explosive athlete. He's got some good power. He works the straight punches, teep kicks, body kicks. He's got a good rear uppercut and some good boxing combinations. And Nishimwe, he's a decent striker. Gets a little bit wild at times. He will cage push. He'll go for takedowns of his own. Is fairly hittable, though, and hasn't really fought great competition, so that's a bit of a red flag. There's definitely a bit of question marks just sort of on both sides here. But yeah, realistically, I just think Diakhaté is just going to be the much more athletic guy, and he's going to find a way to end this fight. So yeah, I'm going to take him. Minus 600, probably no interest in taking that, but I'll be curious to see what the props and the total looks like for this fight. What about you?
Same. I think Diakhaté got this fight done. I think he's gonna win this fight probably by knockout. You're not gonna want to stand up with this guy, and I think he's gonna probably. I think he's gonna have to stop some takedowns for a little bit because I think that's the only way the other guy wins the fight. But besides that, I don't think he's going to be able to get the fight to the floor just because Diakhaté is very athletic. He's fought the better competition. I believe he's fought in Aries, if I'm not mistaken by that, but he's fought some better competition. And overall, I think this fight's going to be on the feet, and that's not where you want to be on the feet with this guy. And I think he's going to land one of those hard shots and probably put him out and probably knock him out first, maybe second round, but I'm going to say first round knockout for Diakhaté.
All right. Next up, we got Sean Gauci versus Allan Begosso. We got Gauci coming in at minus 230 and Begosso coming in at plus 160. What do you like in this one?
This is going to be an underdog shot I'm actually going to be picking. I'm going to pick Begosso. And mainly, the one thing that does scare me about this one is that Jack Cartwright was able to take him down, and Jack Cartwright was able to hold him down for a while, and Begosso wasn't really able to get back up. And Jack Cartwright's not the type of guy that has good top control, really, historically. So that's the one thing that scares me. But when he's on the feet, this guy has the death touch. This guy at this weight class, he hits so hard, and he can knock out anybody in this weight class. And I have to believe that his camp has been training with him to get back up and to end up stopping takedowns. And I just do believe we're going to get some improvements for him in this fight. And if this, put it this way, if this was a pick'em fight, it was minus 110, I'm going to be taking Gauci. That's who I'm going to be taking. But I believe this is a fight to where this is dog or pass for me because the guy that has the death touch is able to knock you out. If he has any improvements and he stops any of those takedowns and keeps his fight in the feet, I do believe he's going to be able to land one of those hard shots and put Gauci out. So, give me Begosso. It's dog or pass for me, but I'm going to have to rock with the underdog in this spot. I think he's going to end up winning this fight by knockout.
All right. As far as a pick, I'm going to pick Gauci here. He's a decent striker, pressure style. Yeah, he's got some basic combos, pretty good wrestling. Yeah, he's a little bit limited on the feet, but he likes to dig to the body, which I do like. He's got a high guard, pretty defensively responsible. At times he'll look to counter, which can lead to him being low volume. But yeah, overall, pretty good boxing attack. He's got a variety of takedowns. He can cage push. And on the Begosso side, good striker, got some decent power. Boxing combos. He gets a little bit wild at times. He'll throw some good leg kicks. He'll also jump the guillotine, which I'm not a fan of. He does try to work back to the feet if he gets taken down. Typically doesn't have the most success with that. Explosive athlete, dynamic attack, good ground and pound. Mediocre takedown defense, and he tends to slow or gas as the fight goes on. I was actually on Begosso in his last fight against Cartwright, and that was a frustrating watch for a number of reasons. This guy, for the first round, like I agree with you, this guy could knock him out in the first round. He's definitely going to be live for a knockout. I definitely can see that. But like this guy, I don't know if he doesn't get a knockout in the first round, I think he's going to lose. He's a poor decision maker. The way he was getting taken down by Jack Cartwright with absolute ease in the third round. Like again, it's coming and you still get taken down by it. I just think this dude's a poor decision maker. I can't trust him. Again, I'm not saying I'm rushing to bet Gauci at -230, but for this one, same thing. I'm gonna wait for the totals, wait for props to come out. But yeah, from a straight money line standpoint, I would agree it's dog or pass, but I just can't trust Begosso, and I just don't think he's a great decision maker. So I'm gonna take Gauci by decision. Next up, we have Jonathan Piersma versus Omar El Dafrawy. We have Piersma coming in at -180 and Omar coming in at +140. This is your typical striker versus grappler. We got, Omar, good striker, mix up his punches and kicks. He's got a very wide arsenal of kicks, good distance striking. He's got pretty good initial takedown defense and a good sprawl. If you try and just shoot a, wrestling style takedown on this guy, open mat, he's going to sprawl, he's going to stuff it. But if he gets taken down, he will work back up to the feet. However, he does struggle with, once he gets like pinned up against the cage in a cage push, he doesn't defend well against like trips and sweeps. He got taken down a number of times in his second most recent fight. He does slow noticeably as the fight goes on as well. He is active off his back, which I do like. Like he'll throw strikes, but he also likes to throw up a lot of submissions like triangles and arm bars, which can lead to, him getting his back taken, ending up in a worse position, that kind of thing. He can get trolled and lose minutes. So, he needs to keep this fight on the feet. And if he does, he's going to be live here. But if he's going to be getting taken down, it's going to be a long, long night for him, or until he gets finished. And on the Piersma side, decent striker. Definitely nothing to write home about. Mainly striking just to get to his takedowns. He has a high guard. He'll throw some leg kicks. He'll throw some power shots. But yeah, realistically, this guy does not want to be on the feet. He wants to get the fight to the mat as soon as possible. Yeah, he's got solid wrestling, good ground and pound. He'll attack submissions, and he's definitely position over submission. He doesn't like chase a bunch of submissions. He's okay winning minutes. Like he will look to finish, but he's not going to force the submissions, which I do like that aspect. So yeah, I'm going to lean towards Piersma getting this one done either by decision or a late finish. But I do think, like I said, if Omar can keep his fight on the feet, he's going to look like a massive favorite here. So yeah, if you think he can stop the takedowns, he'd definitely be the side. But yeah, for me, when I pick Piersma, I'm curious to see props and totals. I think -180. It's a little wider than I'd like, but I think on some sites you can get him around the -160. I think that would be all right. But what about you?
I agree. I like Piersma in this fight because I do believe the wrestling is going to be where he makes his money at. Because, like you said, Dafrawy, he tends to stop takedowns when he's in open mat. He has a good sprawl. But if you just keep pushing him and keep pushing him against the fence, the more takedowns you throw, he's eventually going to give up one. And maybe he's going to give up a couple because he will work back to his feet. But like I said, most times when he works back up to his feet, he's against the fence already. And then he doesn't stop trips very well when you just keep pushing at him. And I do believe that's going to be to his demise in this fight. He's going to be able to get taken down. And I do believe that Piersma, same exact thing I said about the girl that's fighting in the second fight of the night. For the striking wise, he throws. That's what he does. He throws the shots, but he's mainly trying to get to the takedowns. And that fight he just had in LFA against Francis Chinelli, I thought that was a harder fight for him than this one. I thought Francis Chinelli is very big for the weight class. He has decent striking as well. but I believe that was a harder fight for him in LFA, and I think this is kind of a step down in competition. So give me Piersma in this fight. I think he can get a third round submission. I think he can eventually finish this fight just in the third round after Dafrawy gets tired. Just drop some heavy ground and pound on him, and eventually he'll give up his back. Then you can get a rear naked choke. So I'm leaning towards that third round submission for him. The decision's on the board, but I think he can get this fight done and finish it in the third round.
All right. Next up, we got Raufeon Stots versus Lazaro Dayron. We got Stots at plus 135 and Dayron at minus 175. What do you like in this one?
This is a great fight. I'm not gonna lie. This is the fight that's gonna be. This might be the fight of the night. I'm not gonna lie. This is a very close fight. I'm a big Stots fan, and I like how he fights. These guys fought the best competition you can fight outside of the UFC. This guy has fought basically everybody that's good, and obviously the competition level he's fought is gonna be on his side in this one. And Stots, he has some decent striking, he has some decent wrestling. He's overall a really good fighter, but I think he's taking on a guy in Dayron that is probably better than him in the wrestling. I think he's a better striker than him as well. Dayron is a guy that came from a wrestling background. That I believe he's a national champ, if I'm not mistaken. I think this guy actually has a really good pedigree over when it comes down to the wrestling. So this is going to be a good fight. I wanted to get to the Stots. I wanted to say I'm picking Stots in this fight, but I do believe he's going to be a little outmatched in this spot. I think Dayron's going to keep this fight on the feet for the most part. He can mix in takedowns, but I think he's going to use his wrestling in this fight to keep the fight on the feet. And I do believe he's going to be landing the more pleasing shots. He's going to be landing the one that's going to be landing the harder shots. I do believe this fight's going to get to decision, and it probably could be a close fight. But when it comes to the scorecards, I believe the judges are going to look at who did more damage, who landed the more eye-opening shots. And I do believe that's going to be on Dayron in this spot. So give me Dayron. I think he wins this fight probably by decision in a close fight.
All right. Yeah. Stots, he's a pretty good striker. Works the jab. He can be a bit low volume. There's some things to like, some things to not like as much with his striking. Yeah, he'll throw the 1-2. He tends to back straight up when his opponent's throwing, which is something I don't like. He does have pretty good wrestling, pretty good timing on his takedowns. He is also position over submission. He's happy to just win minutes with control time. Isn't hunting the finish on the mat, particularly from what I've seen recently. Dayron, good striker. He's got good takedown defense. He can also go for his takedowns of his own. He cuts good angles. He'll work the jab, throw power shots, some boxing combos. Decent power, pressure style. He'll throw leg kicks. He's a bit wild at times. And if he does get taken down, he typically works back up to the feet or looks to reverse. Kind of like you said, I kind of want to take Stots here, but I just think he's a little bit past it, and the wheels are kind of starting to fall off a little bit. I do think he is going to be live in this fight. I don't think Dayron is just some future champ or anything like that. I think this fight's going to be close. I think this fight is probably going to go to a decision. And with the judges that we see, I think it's kind of hard to trust them at times. But yeah, kind of like you said, I just think kind of at the end of it, they're going to look and see who did more damage, and that's going to be Dayron. So I think that, that he would be the way to go. At the line on this one at Dayron minus 175, I don't love that. So I'm definitely going to be curious to see what the props look like. Maybe the overs, maybe Dayron decision. I'm going to go Dayron. I'm going to go Dayron by decision in this one.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, we have Amru Magomedov versus Angel Alvarez. We have Amru Magomedov at minus 3,800 and Alvarez at plus 950. Not too much to say about this one. This guy is all the term Khabib's protege gets thrown around a lot. This dude's the real one. He's gonna take him down, beat him up. Alvarez, I was watching his tape, he's all right, he's got some decent striking, good counters, good boxing. But yeah, then you have Magomedov, who also is a good striker, got some good arsenal of kicks, solid wrestling, solid grappling, wants to finish the fight. Yeah, I don't think Alvarez has fought anybody near this level, and I don't think this fight lasts all that long. So yeah, Magomedov, give me Magomedov, and give me Magomedov by first round finish. What about you?
Same. This guy's gonna dominate this fight. He has Alvarez be absolutely everywhere. Alvarez obviously has a Hail Mary shot, but landing something hard. But besides that, he's be absolutely everywhere. The cardio, the striking, the wrestling, overall everywhere he's beat. So I think it's gonna be a very easy fight for Magomedov. I agree with you. This is the new age of Khabib's team that he's been growing with these guys that can strike. They're not just all wrestling; they can strike. They have good Muay Thai overall. So I just think he wins this fight pretty easily. There's a reason why he's a over minus 3,000 favorite. He's gonna win this fight probably first or second round at most. Take the under 1.5 if it comes out, because I think that's a good spot. Even I don't know what the line's gonna be, but hopefully we get a decent price, something like minus 230, something like that. But I do believe he finishes this fight probably in the first round, because he's absolutely way better in this spot.
Next up, we got Dovlet Yagshimuradov versus Simeon Powell. We got Dovlet coming in at minus 155 and Powell coming in at plus 115. What do you like in this one?
I'm going to be taking Powell in this spot. And this is a fight I probably won't get to the ticket window on. I might, maybe I want to, but one thing that scares me about Powell is his fight IQ is not really the best. And if this guy has the length, he has the strength. This guy has the striking props to come out there and knock anybody out. But he just needs to be smart. So it's a tall ask to ask for him. I believe it. But if he just stays smart and uses that length, stays on the outside, picks apart his opponent, and just, I don't know how to pronounce his opponent's names. That's why I'm saying his opponent. But if he just, just lands his hard strikes from the outside, uses that 12 to 13, can't swallow, 13 reach advantage. I had to get that one out, guys. Sorry. But if he uses his reach advantage in this spot, he's going to be able to knock him out. I know his opponent has a good chin. That's what everyone's talking about. This guy has a good chin. He can take a shot, but I don't know if he's taking a shot from someone like Powell. And if Powell can land that straight right hand or that left hook he likes to throw while he's coming in, he'll be able to put his lights out, I believe. So this is another one that's dog or pass for me, but I'm going to be taking Powell in this spot. I think he wins this fight probably by knockout.
All right. I'm going to take Yagshimuradov here. I went into tape wanting to get to a Powell bet, but I just can't do it, man. Dovlet, Yagshimuradov. Yeah, I mean, he's pretty good. He's going to be at a big reach disadvantage here, but he's a good striker. He's got a dynamic attack. Yeah, fast for the weight class, good leg kicks, mixes up his targets, mainly single shots, occasional combos. He does look to counter often, which can lead to being low volume, but he is quite good at countering. Hands low style, he can go for takedowns of his own. Yeah, and then you got Powell, who's also a good striker. Throws jabs, a lot of straight punches, athletic, got some decent power. Not the most defensively sound by any means. Not very good takedown defense either. He will try to get up, but if he does get taken down, but he'll typically give up his back in the process, which I don't like here in this spot. And yeah, a lot of single shots. You can tell he's definitely pretty green in MMA, and doesn't seem to have the best overall IQ or process. He can also get held up against the cage. Just a lot of red flags here. And I mean, yeah, like I said, the PFL is trying to build this guy up. This is one guy that they've really been trying to, promote and turn into a superstar. And every time he gets a big fight in the promotion, he lays an egg and finds a way to lose. And I just think that here he's going to end up, he's going to get a little bit over aggressive, be throwing some straight shots. And I think he's going to get countered. Or I could also see Yagshimuradov just, pressuring him, getting Saul against the cage push, take him down, dirty boxing, and just beat him up. I just can't trust Powell here. So, yeah, give me Yagshimuradov and give me Yagshimuradov by KO. I see on some sites you can get him at minus 144, minus 150. I don't think that would be a bad bet. So, yeah, I'm curious to see what props look like on this fight as well. So we'll probably get those tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, we have Dakota Dicheva at minus 8,000 and Denise Kielholtz at plus 1,500. I will take the minus 8,000 here, Dakota Dicheva. Again, not going to bet it. Nothing you can do with that. But Dicheva, obviously very solid striker, very technical kickboxer, straight punches, violent knees and elbows in the clinch, good takedown defense, killer instinct, good counters. She can also cage push, mixes up targets. She's defensively sound, good combos, a lot to like there. Kielholtz, she is also a good striker. Leg kicks, jab, lead hook. She's got kickboxing combos. She can look to counter. She also wants to move forward, and she also likes getting in the clinch, which I think is going to be a problem here because I don't think you want to be in the clinch with Dicheva. Yeah, Dicheva likely gets a round one or two knockout here. Yeah, I think it primarily plays it on the feet, and just because Dicheva is, having more weapons on the feet, I think she at some point finds a way to, to win this fight by knockout. So yeah, give me Diakhaté and give me Diakhaté by knockout. What about you?
Diakhaté wins this fight. She's gonna have no resistance to winning this fight. This fight's gonna be on the feet for the most part. And she's gonna pick this girl apart, and I think she's gonna knock her out in the first round. All I'm waiting for is Dakota Ditcheva's contract to be done. I think she has like one more fight after this on her contract, and once that contract,
she talked about it on Ariel's show. I think she has like 7 more fights or
oh my
4 more
gosh, so
fights.
she resigned again.
She resigned. She's never come into the UFC. I don't think she said she wants to like have kids in a few years too. I think she's gonna fight out her contract and retire. I don't think we'll ever see her in the UFC, unfortunately.
That's horrible. Last thing I heard is I thought her contract was ending soon, but I think she probably re-signed her big contract.
Yeah.
That sucks because I've been waiting. The dream fight for me is I've been wanting to see Dakota Ditcheva fight against Natalia Silva. I want to see that fight, and we're never going to get it because I think Natalia Silva supposed to be champion in the UFC. And I thought Dakota Ditcheva would make over to the UFC and end up fighting for the title. But I guess we'll never see it. He took the money over the competition. I get it. You get paid a whole bunch of money. But either way, Dakota Ditcheva wins this fight. I think she's going to win this fight first round knockout.
All right. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe as we move on to the main event. We got Usman Nurmagomedov versus Archie Colgan. We have Nurmagomedov at -450 and Colgan at +275. What do you like in this one?
It's not that I like it because I really dislike Usman Nurmagomedov. I really don't like Usman Nurmagomedov, but I think he wins this fight. I think he wins this fight, but because I think he's better than Archie Colgan. I think Colgan is gonna have to try to land a big shot on him, but I think he's gonna be outmatched in the striking. Obviously, I think he's gonna be way out. I don't think he's gonna be able to take down Usman. Colgan can possibly get a fight to the floor. That's what I think he could try to bank on. But either way, I just think Usman has him beat everywhere at this point. Usman is the guy. I think the only people that can beat Usman are guys that are like Arman Tsarukyan, Ilia Topuria, maybe Charles Oliveira can get him a good fight. But those are all UFC fighters that are the best in the world. And nobody in PFL, in my opinion, is going to be able to give him a hard fight. The only guy in PFL that had a chance to beat him was Paul Hughes. And obviously he beat Paul Hughes, which that last fight where they scored, I think they were in Abu Dhabi or something like that, or Saudi Arabia, and they scored at 50-45. I thought those judges, that was not a robbery, but that scorecard was insane. That just shows that the money was all on Usman that night. But either way, Usman's going to beat Archie Colgan pretty easily, I believe. I see some people making a case for Archie Colgan, but I don't see it. I just think Usman absolutely has him beat everywhere. I think Usman needs to make a decision to come to the UFC and stop talking all that trash outside the UFC when he hasn't fought anybody that's actually legit that competition. He needs to stop opening up his mouth saying, I can beat this guy. I can beat this guy. I'm the best in the world. We'll go to the UFC and prove it, dude. I'm tired of hearing his mouth, but he's going to win this fight.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to pick Usman here as well. Good striker, good kick arsenal. He's very fast, technically sound, good wrestler, good cage push. He can attack subs, and he's also a good grappler. Yeah, Colgan, decent striker, mainly striking to set up his takedowns. Mainly, boxing on the feet, not a whole lot of kicks from him, mainly just, boxing. Strong wrestling with powerful takedowns. He's also got a good cage push, and he much prefers to move forward rather than back up, and he's a pretty good grappler as well. But yeah, like overall, I think Usman's just going to end up to be better on the feet, stop the takedowns or reverse the takedowns. And likely win a unanimous decision or maybe get a late finish. We've seen Usman go all 5 rounds before, where we haven't seen Colgan do that. And Colgan in his fight, in his most competitive fight, you also saw him, gas out kind of, and the 3rd round against Manuel Souza in Bellator. That 3rd round, Souza did pretty well in that 3rd round. And yeah, I just think, unless Colgan's able to get the takedowns and pretty much just lay and pray and win minutes, I don't really see how he wins rounds or beats Usman here. I don't think he's submitting Usman. I don't think he's TKOing Usman. So yeah, it's pretty much he would just have to pretty much take him down and win minutes, and I don't really see that happening. So yeah, give me Usman. I'm curious to see what props look like on this one as well. I know I sound like a broken record on that, but yeah, -450. Like I said, I think he wins. I think he wins at a pretty high clip, but again, be careful overall this week. I would tell you guys, just with PFL, with UFC, with a lot of these lines are super inflated, so just be careful on these on the long parlays and whatnot. I'm definitely going to be looking more so at props and totals this week. So yeah, definitely keep an eye out for 5 MMA bets in just 10 minutes. I'll let you guys know some good angles that I think for this weekend. So yeah, we're both on the same page for the main event. Make sure to hit that like, subscribe. That's all we ask. We do this for free. We want to help you guys out, make some cash. So definitely do that. That's all we ask from you guys. So that wraps up the main event. We will move on to our next segment, our fighter to watch and our fight to watch. So Wager, let me ask you on PFL New York, who is your fighter to watch?
I think what is his name? Is it Aris or Aris Magomedov, something like that? I can't remember his name. Because
Amru Magomedov.
Amru Nurmagomedov. I butcher these guys' names all the time. But I think he's a fighter to watch. I think this guy's the goods. Like I said, I believe he's the new age of Khabib's team. I think this guy has great striking. He has really good wrestling. His cardio is on point. I think this guy is a stud. I think that he's probably one of the best guys in Khabib's camp. So I think he's the fighter to watch.
All right. I'm going to pick the minus 8,000 favorite Dakota Ditcheva as the fighter to watch. Obviously, yeah, odds aside, but yeah, she's a very entertaining fighter to watch. As you mentioned, I think she's, very skilled. I was hoping to see her in the UFC, but yeah, ultimately she would be taking a massive pay cut to come to the UFC, which sounds insane, but that's the reality. So yeah, I think she's going to come out, put on a good performance. In her last fight, she had broken one of her hands, so it ended up going to a decision, and that wasn't, really the performance she wanted. So I think she's going to come out here, look for that knockout, look to be violent. So yeah, she'll be my fighter to watch. Who is your fight to watch, or what is your fight to watch?
Fight to watch is going to be Dayron and Stots, because I think that's the most competitive fight on this whole entire card. I think it's going to be so close. I think both of these guys are going to have their moments, but I just think, like I said, the harder shots are going to be coming from Dayron, the more eye-opening shots, and I do believe that's what's going to get into the decision. But overall, I think this is going to be a really, really good fight. I think we're going to see some striking from both of them landing, some good scrambles overall. I think we're going to get a good fight in that one.
All right. My fight to watch is going to be Yagshimuradov versus Powell. Yeah, just, the fact with the 13-inch reach advantage on Powell, just the way Powell fights, the way that Yagshimuradov fights, I think somebody's probably going to end up getting served, getting knocked out in this one. So, yeah, I think that's going to be an entertaining fight. So that'll be my fight to watch. So thank you guys for watching. Wager, thanks for joining. What do you got going on your channel the rest of the week here?
Rest of the week, I just went live earlier today, breaking down the whole UFC card to get into the odds, and I get into different things like that. So I got a deep dive into the odds today for UFC, so you guys can go check out that video. I'm going to be posting my quick pick video for tomorrow. We might be covering Power Slap tomorrow, guys. If you guys want to know who people covering Power Slap, trust me, bet all the underdogs on Power Slap. There's no skill to it whatsoever. Just close your eyes, pick the underdog. So we might be covering Power Slap tomorrow as well. I'm going to be posting my PFL video, LFA. We absolutely have been killing baseball as well. Like, we had another positive day in baseball for the month. For baseball alone, I'm up about 8.5 units on baseball. So I've absolutely been killing baseball. But yeah, stay tuned. Check out my page. Go subscribe, click that thumbs up. And also for this page, make sure you guys subscribe. Everybody click that thumbs up. If you guys are coming from my page and you guys are big fans of me, be big fans of Club MMA, because this guy knows what he's talking about for the most part. This guy is one of the best MMA minds I actually personally know. So make sure you guys subscribe to this page as well. He'll make you some money as well. And make sure you guys leave a comment as well for the algorithm. You guys know how the algorithm works. If you guys leave a comment, it'll push the video out there, and I appreciate all you guys.
Absolutely. Appreciate it, brother. And yeah, like I said, been enjoying doing the show with you. Make sure you guys subscribe to him as well. He'll get you right. And yeah, overall, for me, we will be doing another episode of Fight IQ for LFA tomorrow. So definitely, subscribe, turn the noties on, be ready for that. And then, we'll also be doing another episode of 5 MMA bets in just 10 minutes. We did 3 for 5 last week. We're going to look to go 5 for 5 this week. So definitely subscribe. Keep an eye out for that. And we will look to have another great overall week. I know both of us did well last weekend. We'll look to keep that momentum rolling forward. And thank you guys so much for joining, and we'll catch you in the next episode.